Welcome, spiritual warriors, to the U movement. I am B, and I hope it's not going to be too windy down here, but I'm going to go for it anyways. More new. It's crazy. It really is overwhelmingly crazy. In the last 2 days, more news swept in, and man, it's making waves in my life. So today, I have new teeth. All my teeth at the front used to be chipped. You've probably seen close ups of me. When I was 19, I used to work in a sports bar up in Sault Ste. Marie, Canada, where it was right across from the hockey arena. And so all the Sioux Greyhounds used to come and drink there. And one night, a big brawl took off between two of these hockey players. And little me, I'm only 5'3". Little me, 19-year-old self, was like, I'm going to stop this fight. And I stepped in between these two dudes. And one slipped and fell, and his leg went up and kicked me in the face. And I broke almost all of my front teeth. And now, all these years later, I am finally loving on myself enough to fix it. And this is huge for me because it's just over a year ago that I had the final tooth pulled over here, where I was literally lying in a dentist chair holding a Bible with streams coming down my face because I was so frightened of dentists. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that on my awakening, there's been a lot of dental problems. I've lost 3 teeth over here, and I got measured today to get new teeth after they fixed up these ones. So I've got a whole new smile. I'm going to have to use my smile as much as I can because, as I've said in like many of my videos, I thought I was trash. So I never had money to do something like that for myself. I just would not have put that even on the radar. Most people would have gone and gotten taken care of like right away, but no, that wasn't. And nobody suggested that I should go take care of that. And here, let me help you out with that. Neither of my husbands or my parents. They were just like, yeah, whatever. So I was, yeah, whatever. And so for me to be not, yeah, whatever, but I'm actually going to take care of myself and not abandon myself and love on myself enough to improve my smile with some cosmetic work. And all it was is just little fillings here and there. He put fillings in the top 4 teeth and then the bottom 4 teeth right in the smile zone. And he did a great job and he was lovely. And he let me listen to my playlist to help soothe me through the process. There was no tears. I was quite happy. There was no needles involved. It was a great thing. And then I go back in a couple of weeks for another mold imprint so that I can get some false teeth. Yay! I can finally take care of this issue and stop abandoning myself. I'm going to be happy when I have a smile that's all teeth and no more giant gap over back here. So that's new. Also new, which is even bigger and more exciting, is yesterday. Okay, so I want to explain on a spiritual awakening how if you listen to your intuition and you follow spirit's guidance as opposed to listening to your ego, you're taking on a great adventure. You don't understand. It's not like you're given a memo or an email that outlines why you're going somewhere or what's going to happen when you go there. I got moved multiple times in this last year. This was my 3rd move in 1 year. So as I said, this last year has been crazy, the amount of change that's occurred in my outer reality. So I got moved to the first house and spirit was like, you're selling yourself way short. We're going to move you. And then I got moved again for a temporary stay in something else. And I egoically would have been like, can I stay here? I don't want to move again. And spirit was like, no, we're moving you again. And then I got moved, divinely orchestratedly moved to the most incredible place on the planet. Like I couldn't have dreamed this place up. And I don't know anybody there. This is about 3 hours away from where I used to live. So I don't know anybody here at all. And I didn't know what I was going to do when I was going to get here. I didn't know, other than seeing like a Zoom video, this is what it looks like, and some pictures. I knew nothing. And it was leap of faith that it was all going to work out. And so this is my third month of it all working out. And since I've been here, on Valentine's Day, I loved on myself a little bit more. Also, something I wouldn't have done in years past. I treated myself. So, over on the other side of the lake, somewhere around there, there's a resort, and they do that Chinese massage. And don't ask me to pronounce it properly because I can't. And I was like, well, for Valentine's Day, I'm buying myself flowers and I'm buying myself a massage because I like them. So I was all girly, and I went and I had a massage, and I started talking with this woman, and we hit it off. Like, hit it off. And that's weird for me as well, but I was okay. So she phoned me the other day and was like, "Hey, would you mind if I stopped by and had a chat and we talked about some things?" And I was, well, I would love that. I've been living on this awakening in hermit mode with my world getting smaller and smaller. I've been not interacting with humans on a one-on-one level unless it's been like in a paid arrangement. I've not sit down and had a cup of tea with a friend in over a year. Okay. So when people talk about isolation and hermit mode on an awakening, it's no joke. It is no joke. So I was very excited, but I'm just going to go with the flow of this. I meditated for an hour before she arrived. I made some nice goji berry tea, and I was all prepared. And while I was sitting meditating, like a million downloads were coming in, because that's what happens to me when I'm in a zen out state, is just I start to create a flow. I start seeing visualizations and pictures, right? So she shows up, and I mentioned that before you arrived, I was downloading lots of potential things that we could do together if you're interested in hearing about it. And she's, yes, I am interested in hearing about it. So after about 3 hours of conversation, we are in the early planning stages to start doing healing circles as well as retreats, actual retreats, so I can start teaching again. Yes, I teach on the internet, but to do in-person teaching, I haven't done that in years. I don't even know the date of when I closed up shop. I think about 2015. So that's 11 years ago since the last time I taught any of my course content other than YouTube. So I'm super stoked. It's all about synchronicity, right? If I hadn't come here, then I wouldn't have met her. And if I hadn't met her, I wouldn't be planning this. So sometimes you got to go with a leap of faith that it's all going to work out somehow for your highest and greatest good, even though you don't have a plan, right? And that's the way it's been for me in my life, is oftentimes that which I am seeking finds me divinely orchestrated. It just all works out. The same was like in Japan when I landed a job at a private school teaching English. I was outside of a train station looking for a lighter, and the dude came up to me and he goes, "Do you need a light?" And I was, "Yes." He's, "Are you a teacher?" And I'm, "Yes." He's, "Can you work for me?" And I'm, "Yes." So yeah, luck is seemingly going my way now. There's been such a major shift. A year ago, I was still involved in a legal battle. I still was drowning in debt. I still was being dragged down with my house. I was still in chronic pain. Everything was different than it is. And in a year's time, it's now like being in this popcorn maker where everything's popping off. New, 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 new. And I can barely keep up with it. I really can barely keep up with it. And I've noticed, I'm in awareness that I am judging my reaction because my brain says, my inner critic says, you should be happy. You should be doing cartwheels. But what I was exhausted. What I was emotional. What I was grieving. And I'm like, why am I grieving still? Why is this coming? Why is this pushing it more? And when you go to a new height, you're going to get pushed back down to a new depth. And it's going to keep going this way, clearing out. The more light, the more shadow needs to be exposed. Because if you don't expose the shadow, if you just do the highs and you ignore the shadow, then you stay in the old frequency. So to actually clear out and raise your vibration to match where spirit's pulling you up to, that soul self, it's like, okay, you want more? You want expansion? You want this? Then we need to get rid of the old. We need to clear out the old. And somebody said to me recently, because they were in a very grieving cycle, and they're, yeah, I grieved for a couple days and that was enough of that. I don't want to wallow in it. And I didn't say anything because they're on their own journey and, well, they weren't asking for my help. So I didn't say anything. But I want to talk about that because that inner critic, we all have it because we've all been indoctrinated with it to say, don't wallow in it. Don't have a victim mindset or move on, let go, be happy. It's the past. What is it that we're actually critiquing is we're critiquing the shadow, right? But as long as we're critiquing the shadow, and repressing it, we're keeping ourselves in polarity. I don't want to be in polarity. I want to be in unity. I want to be able to be authentically me. And that means that if I'm feeling depressed or miserable or sad or grieving or angry or anything else, I want to allow those emotions to be expressed. So I kind of created props for myself here today, and I'm going to have to take off my fuzzy little microphone for a second, right? So if you've gone your whole life repressing emotion, then how does it get out unless you wallow in it and allow it to come out? So I've gotten sneaky in here, and it's going to be like that clown thing, right? So you have a little bit of emotion that starts surfacing, and you're, oh, look, there's some grief and there's some misery and there's some suffering. Oh, this is unpleasant. I think I've done enough work. I'm good. I'm going to just stop now because I don't want to wallow in it and I don't want to push myself more and more and more. But if you actually give yourself the time, so I was like, right, for whatever reason, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I'm depressed, I'm lonely, I'm sad, I'm going to just sit in it. I'm going to sit in it. I'm going to cry. I had lots of tears last night. I'm going to cry some more. I'm going to keep on crying. I'm going to, oh, wow, look at how miserable I am. Jeez. Wow, I wouldn't want to be seeing myself in the mirror right now. I must have some serious resting bitch face. Oh, wow. Okay. I got to go to the dentist. Well, I'm going to drive and I'm going to be miserable while I drive. And that's okay. And that's okay. And then I got to the dentist and I met some nice people and it was doing better and my energy shifted. And I got rid of it. Okay. I'm not saying it's not going to come back. And I'm not saying there's not anything else still lingering in there. But if we don't wallow in it, then it's only going to get partially out. We just put a cap on it again and repress it again. And then what's the point in that? How are you going to live your life in a high vibration when you're still carrying around all of this stuff? I don't want all this stuff. Although this is cool stuff. This is a scarf from the Harry Potter musical. But like the point being, if you don't sit in it, if you don't allow yourself to feel it and be miserable and grieve, last night it was great. All this amazing stuff is happening to me and I don't have anybody to share it with yet. To report back, because a good few people have asked me how the dating pool's going. I said, well, I think it's a little bit more like a dating puddle than a dating pool. And I'm kind of looking at it as a social experiment. I'm a little bit bored already. I'm not entirely sure why Spirit has me doing this, unless it's to practice saying no, as well as to identify that what I'm looking for has to be my twin flame or better. I said I'm not going to settle. So I'm looking through and I'm just like, no. It's kind of funny. It's actually kind of funny. It's also kind of boring. So it is, because I'm used to being alone and I've already had to shut down a few people. And I don't know what it is with the 20-year-olds looking for a cougar, because there's no cougar here. But that's what's really amusing to me. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the polarity and the repressing the shadow, because this came up in conversation on our Spiritual Warriors Support Group Zoom meeting on Friday, which is the Enlightening Book Club. Could I make these titles any longer? Where we are reading Wayne Dyer's Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life, Living the Wisdom of the Tao. And the second verse is so relevant to what is happening energetically with me right now. There's these great things happening, but at the same time, I'm experiencing the release of all kinds of grief. Okay. So I'm going to just read this for us, the second verse. Don't worry, it's short. Under heaven, all can see beauty as beauty only because there is ugliness. Well, I'm certainly appreciating my new beautiful teeth because they were ugly for 30 plus years. All can know good as good only because there is evil. Being and non-being produce each other. The difficult is born in the easy. The long is defined by the short. The high by the low. Before and after go along with each other. So the sage lives openly with apparent duality and paradoxical unity. The sage can act without effort and teach without words, nurturing things without possessing them. He works, but not for rewards. He competes, but not for results. When the work is done, it is forgotten, and that's why it lives or lasts forever. So when we do the work, it is forgotten. Another sentence in this that just really strikes me is the sage lives openly with apparent duality and paradoxical unity. So yesterday, I reached a high, and right following it was a low. And I allowed both to exist. I allowed myself to both be happy and excited, as well as sad and depressed, all at the same time. The nature of this awakening, this twin flame journey, this Kundalini is so bipolar, okay? And listen, I'm not saying that from a reference point of a psychologist or a psychiatrist, because I don't technically believe in disorders anymore. I really don't. More and more, I see these as labels that are outdated, not scientific, and completely not in alignment with many spiritual truths. So I worry for people, in fact, that a lot of people are walking around with a diagnosis that says that they're bipolar when what they're really experiencing is the highs and the lows of a spiritual awakening, where your life is collapsing and at the same time you're finding freedom, where you're in incredible debt, but at the same time you're finding abundance in other ways, where there is shifts and changes that happen so radically that it takes time to integrate. If just good things happen to you, or if there was just light all the time, there was never any night, there was no darkness, how would we appreciate the sun when it comes? For a brief moment in time, I had some sun today, and it's going to go back into rainstorms here soon. But I appreciate every second of the sun when it comes out because it rains, because it gets dark. I appreciate the land that I'm in, the quiet, because I had to live in noisy. Okay, the noise of a city. I can be thrilled about what's coming forward for me, but at the same time be terrified and feeling fear and feeling depressed that I don't have somebody to hug me and go, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you. You've done it. Just lying in bed and feeling alone. I can feel alone at the same time as I can be proud of myself for what I've accomplished on my own. Right? So life is duality here on this 3D plane, and it is paradoxical all the time, and it doesn't make sense, especially to our mind that wants it to be one way or another. And this awakening will teach you it's both, over and over and over again. It's both. It's both death and rebirth. It's both destruction and recreation. It's both sitting in misery and then integrating the lighter vibration that comes after the purge, after the release. But if you don't allow yourself the time to release and you're always in judgment of the shadowy aspects of self, the emotions that you don't like, that aren't fun, that don't feel good, and then you don't release them. So letting go means opening yourself to hold on to something new to come in. This paradigm of paradox and duality is such a mind fuck. And the more you allow yourself to have a little bit of distance to it and say both things can be true at the exact same time, the more peace you'll actually find. The more peace you'll actually find. So for me to rise to the higher levels and accomplish what I'm accomplishing means allowing myself to see the fear, to feel the fear, to experience the fear, to cry the tears, to do the prayers, to do all of the hard, heavy duty internal work so that the external can balance that. Otherwise, I would risk being one of those types of people that wins a lotto, and then next year they're broke again because they've done nothing to shift their consciousness that says, I am an abundant person now. And so from last year, I was $36,000 in debt. And this year, I'm not. This year, I'm provided for. And I have to integrate that reality. I have to integrate the reality that I am safe for the first time in my fucking life. And let my body know, my nervous system know what safe feels like. And that takes reprogramming. I'm only in month 3. This takes a little bit of time to integrate or reintegrate new truths. So if anybody out there is in this integration period where new is coming in at a rapid rate or old is leaving at a rapid rate, understand it's not a one-way trajectory up a slow, steady climbing hill. It's up and down and up and down and up and down. And it at times feels totally wackadoodles, like totally wackadoodles. Last night at one point, I couldn't sleep. Am I going absolutely stark raving mad? I think so. But okay, I'm going to allow myself to be mad. What's in this moment? Who's judged me? If I'm crazy, so be it. This journey is crazy. This journey is crazy. It is brutal and beautiful. It is amazing and terrifying. It is both sides of the coin. Eventually, I'm hoping the highs will just keep kind of going up and the lows won't be so low. But we're not done. The integration work isn't done. The new isn't done. This is going to continue for the next few years. And I just hope I get better at riding out the waves. So I'm sending absolutely everybody my love and compassion. If you want to join us on Fridays, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, we're going to do the third verse. And to give you the heads up what the third verse is, the third verse is about living contentment. Well, hell's to the yes. I would like to live a little bit of contentment, wouldn't you? Yeah. So join us Fridays. You can go to my website there to register the You Movement, or register to the Wednesdays nights group for open discussion, or join me for one-on-one if you're looking to book. I have slots and a schedule online there that makes it really easy for bookings. Because that's new too. It's all new. What's going to come tomorrow? Who knows? My sweatsuits, my pink sweatsuits are going to come. Woo! It's crazy. I'm laughing right now. I don't know. In 2 hours from now, I could be crying again. Who knows? Mwah. Peace. In.